Microsoft's definition of e-government is the set of infrastructure, entities, and applications that enable electronic service delivery to the citizens, businesses, and employees. This is the e-government definition that I like. So when somebody asks me, have you implemented e-government in the Republic of Serbia or City of Belgrade? My answer is e-government is not a project. E-government is an ongoing story that assumes the building of the infrastructure and applications for the electronic service delivery. We didn't want to use the leading edge technologies. You simply don't use leading edge technologies in the government because there's bugs, it's not bulletproof. So we didn't use the latest, like just about to be shipped technologies from Microsoft. We used the current versions that were available on the market because we were able to access all kinds of knowledge-based databases in order to solve the problems that other people in the public sector areas throughout the world had been facing using those technologies. Three-tier or multi-tier system architecture, high level of data security. You know, you were saying that the data security in Austria is religion. I would say that the data security in Serbia is paranoia, which is pretty much the same, you know. People just voice it in a different way, right? But, you know, in the Republic of Serbia, you will face a civil servant saying the only way that the data is secured is if it is in the paper, in my letter, locked. This is security for them. Once you put it on the database, there's cables. Oh, not too sure about that. So again, changing the mindset when you implement the information technology is indeed impossible unless it is mandated by the legislatures and mandated by the executive support from the top, which in this particular case was from the mayor of the city of Belgrade. The next thing that will be in production this spring is the Belgrade Call Center. Again, call center is about providing better services to the citizens and businesses in the city of Belgrade. The challenges that we were facing, totally unstructured way in the communication, no follow-up by the city government officials and civil servants towards the citizens, different kind of information on different non-unified spots at all whatsoever. Old information, we always had an up-to-date issue. So the goals was innovation. Innovation in the terms of full integration of the call center functions and efficiency in delivering the services to the citizens. So, multi-channel approach. As a citizen or as a business, I can use any kind of devices that I have or I have an access to or that I want to use to obtain the same information. Depending on where I am, who I am, what kind of security access I have, I should be able to access this information through the multi-channel. And this is not new. This kind of architecture has been used in the financial sector. Banks are using this approach for the last 20 years. But again, banks, that's private sector, profit-oriented. No fear of change. City of Belgrade, just like any other public sector, fear of change. People on their own islands knowing how to do things because they have been doing things that way for a number of years. The basic principles, again, were all around availability, so any time, during day or night, as a citizen, you should be able to obtain the information. What is the current situation? You go to the teller, you wait in a line, the person before you goes, and they close the teller and say, lunch break. This is still the situation at the city of Belgrade, and not at the city only, like in many other cities worldwide. Call center and electronic service delivery is actually tasked to remove that obstacle. Again, simplicity. I must not be technology savvy in order to use this. If this is the requirement, then there's no way that e-government will succeed. Flexibility, high-level services, all other services, that's certainly the goal. So, call center is next. The first thing after implementation of call center towards the Q3 of this calendar year is the implementation of unified communication. We in Microsoft have our own solution for unified communication. We demonstrated unified communication to the government officials. We actually demonstrated how this will affect their bottom line and their budget, their spend. And they said, go, let's do this. So, in my Exchange inbox, I get all of my messages, all of my faxes, all of my voicemail, email, everything. And I can use the phone not only to listen to my voicemail, but the unified communication software has the ability to read me the messages, the sender, the subject, and the initial sentence of every email message. Plus, when you use unified communication, you use IP telephony. Huge cost reduction. Today, like I'm responsible in Central and East Europe for some 34 countries. Wherever I am in the world, I can use my unified communication software on my PC to call any number in the world for zero cost. I mean, it's not new, like publicly available services, Skype for that, but unified communication that is integrated with Exchange with this ability to really make phone calls for not for 1 cent or 2 cents, but for 0 cents is really something that is appealing for the government officials. And the next step would be the implementation of the electronic health at the city of Belgrade. I'm not going to talk about the current weaknesses and challenges that we face in the healthcare in Serbia, because those are pretty much the same all over the place. You know, total disconnect. There is no existence of, like, the whole point of e-health is having what we call an electronic health record, which is one single health record for every single citizen that is accessible, again, based on the security rights, based on the access rights, by any doctor that you as a citizen visit as you travel throughout Europe. So this is, again, a plan for the next 12 to 18 months to actually start this project, not to finish. You know, hopefully, at the same time, when we start the implementation of health, we will proceed with the implementation of the unified portal in the city of Belgrade. In the previous presentation, you really had a chance to see the screenshot of the portal of e-government services in the Republic of Austria. That is really, I believe, at the level 5 now, which is services development model, or offering the full electronic service delivery to the citizens, which, according to the European standard and Lisbon agenda, is maybe not a requirement, but strong suggestion for every country that aspires to be the member of EU.